Got it about 2 years through high school, and I was like, do we rebuild this one? Or, well, let's see. Well, from I was like 13, I had a model car that was this car exactly, except for like a 35th anniversary one.
Right.
Same color, everything, always wanted a fourth gen. Ended up giving him the 75 back, and ended up buying a 94 LT1 car. So that was my first one there.
LT1 always seems to be the
that was always the entry level.
That's the entry
oh
level
yeah.
for everybody, yeah.
Man, almost the same way with that one. I had that car 8 months, spun 2 bearings in the motor, and ended up building a stroker motor out of that one. Had that car 5 or 6 years, and typical option spark issues and everything. I just kind of got over that one. Kept that car
hard to work on too.
Yeah, they are. They were no fun, and at that point in time, we're talking, God, we're talking 7, 8 years ago. So by that time, nobody really wanted to deal with them cars or tuning or anything like that anymore. It was so hard to find people that wanted to do stuff if I didn't want to do it on my own. So I knew I wanted another one. I knew I had to have an LS1 car. Wasn't crazy about having black. Obviously knowing what I do for a living, but still, it was going to be something if I knew I was going to daily drive it. This one just kind of fell in my lap, man. I went looking, showed up, and just fell in love with the car. Had no idea when I showed up that it had ghost stripes and stuff on it with SOP package.
Yeah, you can barely see them.
Yeah.
So whenever you
That's what's nice.
are posting pictures on Instagram, I've never noticed that. I can honestly say I've never noticed that.
So many people have no idea. And dude, when I showed up to buy that car, it was in the garage. He backed it out. Didn't have a clue. So he backed it out of the garage that it had on it. So that's a neat little thing to see that, you see in the right light. But yeah, man, so I knew that that one will stay here with us for good. We'll probably have some more, but that one won't go nowhere. The same one. I used to have the Manta stripe on the hood as well too, and I ended up having the hood redone, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it on the hood, so I ended up going away from that one and just leaving the ones actually on the car themselves.
So it's clean underneath here.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's clean. Yeah. Yep, so it's good. You can tell you got you got a Nick Williams throttle body.
Yep.
So you got an FTP lid. It looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried to pair some good toys together for sure.
Right. Looks good. Yeah, nice catch can on it. So what springs are on the car?
So man, it's so crazy that you say that.
Because I mean, it's got the stance. It's low.
Every person, and I didn't catch on for the first few. Every person that sees this car about it being so low. So I bought this car. It was lowered already.
Right.
And the more and more questions I got about it, I was like, man, let me find out. So there are SOP springs on the car, but I don't know if from being on it for so long, this car just sits lower than normal. But the thing that changes everything is I've got H&R spacers on the front wheel, so it gets them out of the wheel wells. So I think that makes a big difference that everybody sees.
Yes,
right on it.
So
but the car does sit low. I swear I've seen cars as low, if maybe not a little bit lower, but it does, man. It don't clear crushed Coke can, that's for sure.
yeah, I'm with you. What exhaust are you running?
So it's got Speed Engineering's True Dual setup. all the way out. And then I ended up kind of having it custom done into the center mount exhaust on the back. But that's probably now, let's see, we're on about the 5th set of wheels and probably about the 5th set of exhaust on this car, just because I get bored and change it up. And I always wanted center mount exhaust. But that was just one of the things, you know, the prices fluctuate so crazy on them things. So this thing's had everything from, it had, when I picked it up, it had the True Duals with just 2.5-inch pipes and some.
Hey, I've been there. I've had a couple sets myself.
Some rough flow masters on it and just some tips out the back. It was quiet. I think the first thing I did, like a week after I had it, I think I went and chopped it up and had turn downs put on it. And I ran that for a while, and that got annoying.
So let's
quick.
take on to the back
Yeah.
of the car. You got a couple things going on, a couple details back here so that you don't see it on the average Camaro, you know.
There might be a special set of tail lights on the car.
Yeah.
Oh man,
the candy corns.
The rare candy corns that are the well sought after.
And these are mint. They're
yes.
not, you know.
Yes, yeah, I got lucky with these. They I've ended up now with probably about 5 or 6 sets.
Okay.
That I came across a guy probably about 4 or 5 years ago overseas and contacted me on Instagram. I made one post that I was looking for a set, and he ended up having a set, and me and him kind of became pretty good friends. So I've gotten a couple from him, but this set is probably only about 2 months old. I just came across these. The ones before it were almost as mint. Passenger side, as usual. Had
So you're saying I need to keep up with you?
Maybe.
Right.
Just maybe. So that was the first time I was able to come across it. There's no cracks, no nothing on the thing. So
see, I think they are perfect for a black car, the white cars. You know, I'm not sure about the SOM cars.
Colors.
I think it's one of them things that it's like trial and error.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
and I wouldn't try. I'd seen them on some. You know, I followed it for so long. I always knew about them, but getting your hands on a set of them, where you know how that goes. If you find a set, you're crazy money, you know, and they aren't even in decent condition, and until you have them. But I love them on this car. I don't know if I still had a silver or something like you're saying. I don't know if they would flow right with that.
Right.
Almost like the LT1 taillights flow better with certain colors than them do.
I'm a fan of LT1
Yeah?
taillights.
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah. So.
But I do like how these kind of, they kind of stick with the body line.
Yes.
And that's what I like about
Yeah.
the LT
Yeah.
stuff. You know, they go with the body line.
Yeah.
So, the car, I mean, it cleans up the rear. So, it really does.
Even them numbers I was telling you about that one day when it was like mid 400s, my numbers were then with 2 of each other across the board, horsepower and torque. So it never quit pulling until it just ran out of motor at the top end. So it could be interesting. But that car don't hook for nothing. That thing's a burnout queen. That car hooks and goes and does what it's supposed to do. So it's fun, but it's like
I've played with a couple 6 gens,
Yeah.
like Z01s.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes about 600 wheel to beat a 500 wheel
Yes.
Fbody.
Yep.
It does.
Yeah.
Like I've messed with a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So
that car will be close to 500 wheel, the 6 Sigma once we're
85
done.
full
Yes,
bolt on
with
that.
everything. Yeah, full bolt on. So,
Right.
and like I said, it does. I beat on that car enough to know I would say it's probably within a car or two right now. Yeah. But like I said, it doesn't hook for nothing, man, at all. So
and these things, the suspension works. The torque arm
Just right.
works. Yeah, the torque
Just
arm
right.
works. Yeah,
Yep.
they do. So, well, I say let's fire up and get a burnout.
That we can do.
We can look around. We can see what's going on. I don't know where you want to do it, but
I was just thinking, well,
this is your neighborhood.
And that's why, dude, it had to be at least 4 or 5 times. It's always been the same headers. Dude, this thing, when I bought this thing, that's got the old school QTP headers on it.
Really?
Yes. So, and back in the day, those were like the rarest cook stuff, you know what I mean? To try and get a set of those, it was dumb money.
Right.
So when I found out they were on the car, I was like, all right, well, we'll make it work with whatever we did. But yeah, dude, I bet you that's got to be exhaust setup number 5 or 6 at least to get it to sound the way it needed to.
Yeah. It sounds good. It definitely hits good. So I'm sure that the drone is got to be reduced.
It is.
I feel that it's all out the back.
It's out that, and that's why I was gonna say, yeah. But everybody's like, man, it's so loud behind you, and I was like, dude, when you're in the car, it ain't nothing. Going up through it, and if I'm being dumb or something, that's one thing. But just cruising, not at all.
She's a beaut, man. She's a beaut.